Now, back to Coastal Living on KZTV.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, we wouldn't be coastal living without addressing some of the coolest things about the coast, and one of those is fishing. Now, we're able to visit with Captain John Little to talk about knots. Joslyn, tell us more.
Hey, why not learn more about knots, which a fishing line typically starts with one, and one we're going to go over today is a bowline knot, and it's frequently used by many of us anglers out there because it creates a secure loop that can withstand a large amount of pressure, which is typically for our boats, and it's easy to untie also, but this particular type of knot is used to form a fixed eye at the end of a line, which Captain John Little is going to demonstrate how to do so. So let's learn a thing or two before we head out on the water this weekend. Check it out.
Hey everybody, Captain John Little here with your Coastal Living fishing line. Today we're going to talk about something that I use out on the water as a mariner. Every boater out on the water uses lines. Sometimes these lines come with no eye in them. There's just a regular line. This one here actually does have an eye in it, which is very handy, and this is how you tie off to a cleat. You can wrap it around the cleat and pull tight, and it works really good usually. But like I said, I'll show you the other end of this line. It doesn't have that eye in it. So what I'm going to do is show you how to tie a temporary eye in this line. This knot is called the bowline knot. And what you're going to do is very simple. You take the main line, and this is the tag end. You take the tag end of the line and kind of measure out how big you want your temporary loop. Once you find that, you're going to take the tag end and you're going to go and make a simple loop around your main line. After you make that simple loop, you're going to take your tag end and you're going to come underneath, go through your loop, and then you're going to take that and you're going to go around your main line. Once you go around your main line, you're going to go back through the loop. Once you go back through the loop, you're just going to pull tight. As soon as you pull it tight, you have a perfect little bowline knot. This bowline knot right here is the equivalency of having this. So if your line does not have that, if it's a simple line with no temporary eye in it or an eye in it, you can make your temporary eye with a bowline knot. And comes in real handy when you're out on the water. Goes around any eye, any cleat, anything that you need to tie off to. It's a very handy knot. And if it's getting real tight and you don't need that knot anymore, you can break the bowline simply by pulling the main line and that loop. As soon as you do that, it breaks the bowline and you have your normal line back to where you can run this through however you need to run it through, a cleat or an eye or something. So it's just a temporary eye in the end of a line. Works really well. A lot of mariners out there use them. I know I use them. If you're a boater and you don't know that knot, you might want to check it out. If my instructions weren't real good, you can get online. You can look up the bowline knot, and there's tons of different ways to tie it. That's just the way that I tie it. It works really good for me, and I use that knot quite a bit. So it's just a really good knot to have, and hopefully it works out for you. Hopefully you can use it. Hopefully it's a good tip, and y'all better not miss next weekend or next Friday, and we'll have some more tips for you. So thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, big thank you to Captain John Little for always putting the time aside to educate us. It's like we never run out of anything to talk about, and I love it. Okay, so whether you're out fishing or you're spending time with the family, we're all heading out to our coastal Bend beaches, but it's been kind of controversial. Many people are concerned with the topic of social distancing, worried that this might enhance the spread of COVID-19, and just thinking that maybe there's too many people out there and too many germs to be spread. So for our Coastal Bend Beach Report today, Joslyn and I are going to kind of discuss that debate and share how we feel about it and what we've observed. Now, Joslyn, I know you're a big island girl. Have you been out to the beaches, and what's your opinion on social distancing out there?
You know, as I've mentioned, I'm huge on saltwater therapy, and I just love to go outside and get some fresh air, and it's very much needed right now. I have not head out to the beaches yet. However, I'm not completely against it. You know, this virus does not like the heat, and I think if we're outside, however, still social distancing and keeping all of the precautions needed, I think we will be okay. I know that our beaches are kind of overwhelmingly packed on the weekends. However, you can always head out to Padre Island National Seashore and just kind of get away for a little bit. Go out there with your loved ones, with your family, and those that you are staying at home with, and continue to social distance, and you should be fine. I don't see a huge issue with it. I think if we go out there and get some of that saltwater therapy, we should be good.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. I understand that it's a sensitive subject, and I am a huge advocate for, hey, everyone's entitled to their feelings and their opinion. Handle it as you please. But of course, we want to respect each other's freedoms. And one of those freedoms that we've been dying to return to is enjoying our beautiful beaches. Now, I have been out on a few different occasions with my closest family, my husband and my son. And I have to say, although on one of the 2 or 3 days we've been out, it was a big crowd. However, when you go out to the beach in general, you're there with the people you plan on interacting with, and that's kind of it. So, you know, the way that we park, are usually 10, 20 feet away from each other anyway. You know, this isn't spring break, so we're not heading over to our neighbor to ask to drink or to share food. So in my opinion, the whole thing with germs is what you said about the heat. The virus doesn't love the heat. Hopefully that's a factor there. But two, just the fact that we are kind of naturally social distancing as we experience the beach. So in my opinion, it's harmless. My son was able to play in the water without anybody really disturbing him. And, you know, ourselves as well. We're able to just hang out in the back of the truck and enjoy our food and just kind of get that little piece of normalcy back, something that maybe we once took for granted, a simple drive out to the beach to hang out. So however it is that you feel at home about heading out to the beach, if you want to, go out and enjoy it. If you don't have to go. Either way, let's all keep in mind that everybody's still practicing social distancing. It's still so important to wash your hands and keep a safe distance from everyone else if they're not the same people staying under your roof. Okay, guys, that is our DIY Coastal Bend Beach Report for you all today. Now, coming up, we have your Coastal Living Daily Challenge and some great local music with this week's Texas Talent. Stay with us. It's Coastal Living.
You're watching Coastal Living on KZTV. Get the scoop on all things local by following us on Facebook and Instagram. We'll be right back on Coastal Living.